There you go.
So first thing, I just wanted to mention that the 90-day team challenge is 2/3 over today. So the cutoff is May 15th at 12 noon. So
sorry, May 15th?
May 15th, 12 noon is the cutoff for buyers. So that was the contest for most GAS referrals to win a general admission ticket to our national event in August.
Yeah.
So very exciting.
Do you know where that is yet or no?
No, they haven't announced it yet.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's in Vancouver or Toronto again, but I think they'll announce it after this Vegas event. So yeah, that's the cutoff for that challenge. So there's still lots of time left to get in referrals. A month is a lot of time. Something else that I wanted to touch on. So I'm going to save the announcement just for the end because it's like special. So goal setting, I wanted to just touch on. So goal setting is super important. And as you guys all know, but a lot of it, we set these really big goals that are like monstrous goals, and it's really hard to, not hard to attain them, but it's just if we don't hit them, then it can be really devastating. And so rather than setting yourself like a 10K month goal right off the bat, you're going to kind of want to work backwards. So I usually go in like a year time frame. So you're going to want to kind of figure out what your goals are and where do you see yourself a year from now. So do you see yourself, you know, completely job free? Do you see yourself living somewhere new? What's like your monthly income look like in a year from now? And then you kind of want to work backwards. So from there, your 90-day goals will be steps that will get you to your year goals. So what 90-day goals will be pushing you towards that year goal? And then from 90-day goals, you go down to monthly goals. So like 30-day goals from now. And then even breaking that down further, I do weekly goals every single week. Like the smallest things, like a weekly goal could be getting out that new ad, right? And
Yeah,
it's just so important to have the little goals as well along the way, because, you know, if you don't get that big monstrous goal you set, it's not going to be as devastating if you've hit all of your little goals along the way.
yeah, and all those micro goals that you guys can set on like a weekly or monthly basis, set intention, and they set habits for you so that when you do get to that 90-day period or that year period, even if you didn't hit some of those, all those micro goals are gonna help you build the habits so that when it does
And you're on
happen.
the way to hitting those goals.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's how I kind of work backwards, right? And it's because you always want to be setting your goals for like the long term. So like set them, so your big goal will be like where you see yourself in a year, but then break them down so that it steps like along the way, right? Definitely write down your goals somewhere. And I would recommend telling them to people. So if you like don't have an accountability partner, get one. Or I can like assign one to you within this team, and you guys can just like message each other every week telling what your goals are for the week. And then each week you just follow up. That's a really good way to stay on track every week.
Yep. Holding yourself
Yeah,
accountable
sure.
on social media as well. I know like when I quit smoking, I kind of declared it to the world, set myself accountable to everybody that was on my page following me, and I've been smoke free almost a year, going on a year already.
Oh,
Good
good
job.
for you.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What made
solid.
you decide to quit?
It was a bunch of stuff. When Amy and I first met, maybe it was like, 5-6 years in, she's like, I'm going to give you until like you're 30 to quit. Right. And it was always that year coming in the back of my mind. And August 2nd, right on my birthday, I stopped and I haven't had a cigarette since.
Wow.
Love it.
Nice.
Like that
That's
affirmation
awesome.
of something always in the back of my mind. And then all of a sudden that day came and it was so much easier.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Willpower right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. So yeah. Any questions on goal setting or?
Can you give us an example of like one that you would set for the year and then how you would break it down backwards?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so if your goal was to be job free, say by next year, this time next year, so that would be like a big goal. So that would be like a year goal. And then, so the 90-day goal, I would have in 90 days, trying to think. So
I guess you'd have to break it down income wise, like how much you made in a year.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
really.
break
If
it
the
down,
financial,
sure
if
that-
the financial freedom part of it is what you're looking for, you need to look at like what your yearly salary is, or what your freedom number is really when it comes down to it. Like everyone's number is completely different, but if we're talking just financially, then you would be looking back on those 90-day goals and really looking at like where is that income going to be coming from? So how many gas referrals would I require? How many sales would I require? And work that way. And then based on that number alone, you would start looking at all your income producing activities and start setting those as goals. What's going to get me to that income? Well, it's going to be high converting ad, right? So you start working back into those micro goals. And that's really where it gets down to step one, is getting it out, finding it. And then by that time you've already worked back, and then you can see all these things coming into place to get you to that 90-day goal. Is that going to make sense?
yeah, perfect. What he said.
And then you set another 90-day goal,
Yeah, so
or like another 90-day chunk.
Yeah.
Kind
So
of like a timeline of your goals.
Pardon?
sorry, what's that, bud?
Like a timeline of your goals.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, so exactly what Alex said. Like, if your goal was to be job free, how much do you make at your job? What amount would you need to make, every quarter to match your income? And then even break it down into like sales. How many sales would you need? And when it comes to like the high ticket offers, it's really not that many sales to match an income. So yeah. And then, yeah, like Alex said, like the weekly goals are like going to be small things. It's not going to be like really like income related, but it's going to be like getting that next ad out, following up with all of your leads, stuff that will be income producing in the long run.
Yeah, taking those steps towards reaching your goals.
Yeah, and it works for everything, right? I mean, like Chris and Lexi, you guys, even with fitness and stuff like that, if you guys look at like, where you want to be in a year, you guys probably do it all the time. You guys know exactly what you need to do.
We're always setting goals.
Every day. You know exactly what you need to do every day to be able to hit that. And if you don't make, then it's that self-evaluation step. Find out where you fell up short and why, right?
Exactly, yeah.
It's so crazy when you relate it back to something that works. Like for us, it's the gym. You're always setting goals. We go to the gym almost every single day. But when it's your business, you're like, it looks different, but it's the same stuff. It's the same kind of commitment.
Yeah, exactly.
You make time to do it, regardless. You're tired, but I still go to the gym. You're tired, you should still work in your business. That sort of thing, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Regardless of how you feel or what your situation is, you should try and get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to point out was like to work your way backwards from the year. And because if you're working forwards, you're not really sure, like it's hard to determine what goals are appropriate going forward versus like going backward, what your end result you want to be is. So
yeah. And then everyone knows like the SMART model, right? Like specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then,
I do know. That's good.
and then Jang touches on it all the time that when you're setting like income goals, make sure it's like really specific and you have every single like dollar accounted for. Like don't set, I used to do these all the time and I would set like, you know, like a 10K month goal. But the truth is like that was just like a number that I had heard and I was like, that sounds cool. Like I want to shoot for that, but it had no meaning behind it. So your income goals are going to be related to what you're going to be using that money for, right? So
Yeah.
my freedom number was not as high as I had originally thought it was. Like I wanted to do like, you know, like 5-figure months every single month. But in order for me to leave my job, I only need like 500 a month.
Yeah.
So
Get familiar with that number, guys, because that number is probably not as much as you think it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes it a little more manageable if you can break it down like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it works in like all facets of life, right? Like planning a vacation, working your way back, where you want to go, how long do you want to go, what am I going to have to do? You know, even in your job, right? Like if you have overtime or something like that, you're mostly looking at how many hours do I need? How much overtime do I need? You know, things like that. You can always relate it back to
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
what you need to do to get to that point. So we found it always works really well. I mean, for the most part, when we say that we're going to do something, we've already visualized it, and now we've just worked our way back. And then, you know, you have a much higher success rate on those types of goals.
Like we're so like when we say we're gonna do something, we definitely do it now. And like Alex gets scared whenever like I say, oh,
I still do.
Whenever I'm like, oh, we should go to this place or on this trip, because he knows like as soon as I say it, like it's probably gonna happen. He
Yeah.
just gets like so scared.
And I got to start working back already.
You guys booked another trip?
Sorry.
You guys booked another trip?
Like our month-long trip is finalized.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, we're leaving like May long weekend and we're gonna be in Bali for a month working.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, so super exciting. We're taking the
Exciting.
kids with us.
Nervous, excited.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. The first time to
Yeah.
Southeast Asia with the kids. But yeah, we're really
Awesome.
excited.
Yeah, so we'll be gone from like the 20th, 21st to about the 17th,
Yeah,
15th. Yeah.
but we will still be working. So
Yeah.
it just, we won't be able to like respond because we'll be in a different time zone. So we'll be responding like a day.
A day later. Whatever you guys would message at night, we would get during the day, and then vice versa. If it was an afternoon, we'd still be sleeping type thing. So
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
give it a day.
That's
But-
awesome.
But yeah, we're really excited about
Yeah,
that.
we're excited.
That's
That's
amazing.
so cool.
It's gonna be so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get into the announcement because I'm really excited about it, you guys. So as many of you know or may not know, GAZ is going through a big upgrade right now, and they're going to be releasing the full upgrade like April 26th weekend when they're in the Vegas event.
Yeah.
So the full details they will announce later. I don't even have the full details, but the one thing that I'm going to tell you guys that is like top secret, because I really just want to get this going, is that a huge thing that they're changing with the GAZ 2.0 is that for GAZ referrals, if you're selling the memberships to people, they're actually opening it up so that people can start and create a GAZ account for free.
Yeah.
And then they can come in and do the introductory training, book an advisor call, and then if they decide to move forward, then it's $99 a month. But
That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna
So
be
they give them a little taste of it before they make
Yeah.
the payment.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so beneficial for everybody.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
easier.
yeah, it's amazing.
Love the people that denied the 99. Oh, I don't have the 99 right now.
Yeah, right. It opens up a massive part of the market. It part of those people who no matter what really like they.
Well, time management and whatnot. You know, all you do is make a couple hours and test it out and see how it goes.
Exactly. And it's like, not to discount everyone who's came in previously, it's pretty much the same thing, but like, because we had like the refund option, like you would just buy in and then you can get a refund within 14 days. But this is going to be like mentally, I think, for people just easier to sign up for, because
For sure.
So there won't be a
Oh,
refund.
yeah.
Yeah.
There won't be a refund anymore?
This way they know what they're getting into too. It's kind of like tipping their toes in the water.
Yeah.
Lexi,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if about the refund policy, how that's going to change, if they're still going to get one afterwards. Yeah, that'll be something good to know though.
I would imagine so. There's most likely going to be like a cutoff point where, you know, after that advisor call, if you do decide to move forward, then you
Yeah.
become into like a $99, and at any point after that, you can refund, right?
Yeah, they might just push it forward. I'm not sure.
Or it may not.
I can't say for sure, but that detail would be good to know.
Yeah, that one we'll take back from that for sure.
So because they're doing this and it's going to be like free for people to get in there and see some of the back office, we're going to be doing the Create Your Life team is going to be doing a huge launch for this, because I think it's like the absolute best time to be doing this.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know what one of our launches looks like, in the past, they've been very successful. It's kind of just like a big promo, and we hype it up. And actually, Lexi came in on a launch, and Kayla came in on a launch, and a bunch of people, actually,
Yeah.
Carrie, I think, did too. So they're very, very high converting, and especially now with the, you know, free account sign up, it's going to be huge. So
When is that effective? The free account?
so my understanding is they're going to be launching it like immediately after the Vegas event. So
Okay.
like 28th, 29th, I'm hoping. So we're planning on doing the actual launch on May 12th, which is a Sunday, I believe. And the reason why is I just want to give us enough time from where they push out the new upgrades so that we can all get in there, get familiar with what the new back office looks like before we're launching.
Yeah.
And then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so then a couple weeks later, then we'll have like the launch, which myself and Alex and Sydney's team as well. Those of you who don't know, Sydney Barra, she's one of my good friends in this. She's on Alicia's team as well. She's probably going to be co-hosting the launch with us for her team as well. And we might ask a few people if they want to do like testimonials on there, but so that will be available to you guys. This is everything I'm saying right now is optional. It's just if you guys want to, but I really highly recommend these launches because they have been so successful in the past. So we're going to be providing you guys with like everything you need. So I've already drafted up a pre-launch post that we're probably going to be posting like the Monday or Tuesday, like right after Easter weekend. I feel like is a really good time to post that. After a long weekend, everybody's back at work. They really don't want to be back at work after a long weekend. So we'll do the pre-launch post, and it's just going to be very general, saying that we're working on something, you know, with our business, and it's really exciting, like da 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 da. It's going to be very general. Keep your eyes out for like in a couple of weeks. We're going to be posting more about it. And then I also have drafted up a launch post that is going to be, we'll probably post like 4 days before the actual launch. And that will have like just the details about like, if anyone has ever been curious about our online business. And what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're actually going to have in the post like that now you can actually get in there and create your account for free. So, you know, if you've ever been wondering and you weren't able to pay the $99 up front, then this is like the perfect opportunity for you. And then if you guys want, we can even structure it so that like now you can start your free account today and have the link in there. Or if you would like more info, we can add you into our group where we will be going over more details. That will be your choice if you guys want your link in there or not. And then we've also drafted up a follow-up post, which will be amazing to send to all of our leads we've ever had, because this is something like so new that we've never had before. So I think that we should send it to all of our leads, saying that it's now, you can now sign up with like a free account to get in there and see at least. And then, yeah, I recommend posting it across like all platforms. So like Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to be putting like the follow-up post in an email to all of my email list in the GAZ back office as well, with like a picture. Still kind of thinking of like what a good like eye-catching subject line would be, but yeah, you get the idea.
You guys will be able to see these templates when we roll them out for the pre and then the launch and then the follow-up, and then you guys can tailor them to your niche. You can massage them a little bit to fit your audience. And
yeah, I just drafted them up because I wanted to be able to provide you guys with a resource, but you can definitely like tweak them to sound like you or whatever. But
are they boostable the way that they are now, or?
I will not guarantee that because you never know with Facebook. So I'm not going to say to boost them because you never know. And I don't want anyone to get flagged. So if you guys read over them and have a look and feel like they're safe, then I'll leave that up to you. Yeah, I didn't do any like crazy like claims in them or anything, so there shouldn't be an issue, but I don't want to guarantee anything. Yeah, so what else? Yeah, this is going to be a really huge launch because, like I said, we're going to follow up with all of our old leads. It's going to allow access to those people who are on the fence, and more traffic in the back office means more referrals in the long run, because, you know, the people who just maybe missed out on the opportunity because they didn't have the $99 at the time, it's like a really good opportunity.
Should I go back on my old page and follow up with leads on there?
I would.
Yeah.
Do you still have it active?
I shut it down, but I still have access to it. It still says that it's floating around out there.
Yeah.
I would recommend following up with like everyone. I'm just gonna click it.
There's a shit ton of people.
Yeah, for anyone who's newer, these launches, like they're proven to work. I've seen. I know the Australian team is like Clinton Christie has basically built their business off of these launches, and also I know Landon and Stapes, when they were doing like SME and stuff like that, they went through like they put everybody in that group basically through a launch, and by the end of it, I think they had something like 2,000 people watching on like a Facebook Live, and they just said like, we just launched, like, you know, they took you through all these steps, like this attraction marketing type, getting people hyped up, letting them know what's coming, let them know when it's here, and then the follow up after.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So
So exciting.
yeah, I'm just like really excited for this. It's like going to be so good for the buyer experience too, and the customer experience. I love this idea that they're doing this, and better for us because, you know, more people, more buyers. So
I always think like, oh, if they could just see what it's like, if they just had a little taste of what it was like, they would want more of it.
Yeah.
And now like this is perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
And it really puts like the onus on the person, right? Like it makes that person accountable. Like if you have absolutely zero risk, if you're literally signing up for free, like it really lets that person take a look in the mirror and kind of be like, why, if they're not going to do it,
What's
then
stopping
yeah,
you?
what is it now, right? Yeah.
Yeah. If it was that before, then what is it now, right?
What's your excuse now? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to change that.
Yeah, so it's amazing news, but yes, that the free part is still a secret, so don't tell anybody or I'll be in trouble.
Recording will be terminated. Recording will self-destruct. I just wanted to like get you guys excited and like let you know what's coming, because like there are like really exciting changes coming, and yeah, Adriana, you're coming in right in the middle of it, but it'll be
stoked.
No, it'll be good, and we're always here. I mean, like anyone from the team, you can reach out. You can reach out whenever you want, and we'll all get back to you. Right? So
yeah,
Cool. Oh, that's awesome.
So, is there anything else I wanted to touch on for this launch? Yeah, I think that was all the details I had for now. Any questions around the launch at all?
So I guess all of the buyers that we get before noon on May 15th through the launch will count for the whatever it's called, contest. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even realize that we put the launch right before that deadline. So that'll be
I'm like thinking like, oh yeah, we've got some time to I'm going to the event no matter what, but a free ticket would be bomb.
Oh, yes. So yeah, I wanted to touch on that too, because I decided not to go to Vegas because I already booked my trip to Kelowna for the same weekend. I'm going to see Kayla, so I will not be at the Vegas event, but I think like we should all, if you guys can, try to plan for the August event. That would be so amazing.
Yeah, it would
if we
really
could get
cool.
a bunch of the team there for the August event. They will be announcing it probably May or June. June at the latest, I would think. But who knows? Like this Vegas event was very, they really announced it later than usual. So, because the August event is like almost always in Canada somewhere. And
fingers crossed for Vancouver too, if it's close.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But Vancouver people can carpool.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, these events are always so amazing. Yes.
And the last one that was in Vancouver was ridiculous.
Yeah, they did like a
Yeah, it was.
I didn't get to go. I was very sad. I had like, what was it, like 3 events go by, and I just had FOMO every time, and I'm just like, oh, I need to go. So we are planning for the August one. We will be there.
I remember when I started, I was like 2 weeks in, and you're like, I'll buy your pool party ticket if you make it to Toronto. I'm like, that's in 2 weeks. And you're like, I know. And I'm like, okay. I guess I'm going to Toronto in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To meet all these people, I have no idea who they are.
I almost had the similar situation when I came in. Aaron Fraser was just doing his first mastermind in Kelowna. And I think that was like 2 or 3 weeks into me starting, and Amy and I drove right down.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's awesome.
And it was like, there's so many people that have been there for years, months, and things like that. And I think I was one of the only people who was like, it's been like 6 days, right? And they're like,
I'm fresh.
Like, man, just
nice.
Okay, that was like a smaller event, which I actually loved, because Aaron Fraser hosted it in like, it was like an NHL player's mansion in Kelowna. And it was,
I think it was David Backus, if I remember.
Oh wow!
Played for the St. Louis Blues.
Wow.
Gorgeous property.
And like Jang was
cool.
there just chilling with like the 50 of us, so it was like pretty cool. When you were first coming in, you're like, wow, like this is pretty cool.
It was like surreal for me, because I just finished like watching this guy on webinars on Tuesdays and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden he's just there. He's just like a normal dude.
You're like, are you a real person?
No, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, you get to like talk to all the leadership at the events. Like Lexi knows, like we sat at the same table as like the whole leadership. We just ended up being seated at the same teppanyaki like table as them, and it was like insane.
We like walked in and we're like, oh shit, they're
And-
all right there. And the girl's like, here's your seats. And we're like, are you sure?
just staring across the table at them.
Yeah.
And like then they invited us to go out for drinks with them after, and we got like a good like 2-hour combo with them before like
Yeah.
any of the other GAS members came. So it was really
Yeah.
good.
That's
Like-
cool.
Priceless.
Yeah.
Like that
Totally.
time
Yeah.
that time with those people on a one-on-one scenario like that is priceless.
Yeah. Yeah. And now that even Gaz is getting so much bigger and there's so many more people, even from when I started, any chance you get, like, take it. If you see them coming out of the bathroom, get in there.
Yeah.
Corner
definitely.
them. Just joking.
Bombard them.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
So yeah, hopefully they announce some details about that
Cool.
coming soon.
Actually, I wanted to touch on a funny story since we have a little bit of time about that first small event that we went to in Kelowna. That was Aaron Fraser's event. And like, I had just started, I was like,
6 months.
yeah, I was on and off for like the first 6 months. So like, it was like 6 months in, and I had just gotten an ad going, and I had like so many messages coming in through this ad that I was actually getting like a lot of anxiety and overwhelmed, that I was like, well, we're in Kelowna. I really just want to focus on the event. So like I shut the ad off.
And we were talking like,
Wait.
yeah.
And then we go to this event, and Aaron Fraser is like doing his presentation about his ads and his cost per lead. And he's just like, yeah, he's like, I got like $1.60 cost per lead here. It's like the best I've ever gotten, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Alex, like I had 40-cent cost per
Yeah,
lead.
40
And I
cent
just
leads.
shut that ad off. And I was like, oh my God, I need to turn it back on immediately. Like I didn't
Yeah.
even know what I had.
It was,
And
it was intense. It was like, it was just a weird scenario to be in, with Amy being so anxious, because we were so new in the business that it became overwhelming. Like she had one ad that just completely converted, and like it just snowballed, and it happened to snowball that weekend. And just even talking with so many people and their different stories, where they're at, you know, talking with certain people, as soon as we figured out, and once Aaron said that like $1.40 was the best he's ever had, and we've cut that in like, you know, 25% of that.
like, I think my face went white. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
I was like, turn it on. Yeah. It's like one of those good.
Did it do the same when you turned it back on?
It was never the same.
No, it never went back.
Actually, I
Oh,
had the same thing happen too. My very first ad blew up.
Yeah.
Like it was insane.
I remember
And
that. I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, like I probably had 1,200 leads in a month. Like it was absolutely nuts.
And
Yeah.
And I shut it off because, well, it went viral like in India. Like they were sharing it like 30 times a day. And Amy's like, shut it down. Like this is just going nuts. And so I shut it off, and I tried to make a similar one, and it was a bust.
I had one go viral in India too, and like
Yeah.
they just like share the crap out of it over there, and like
It is. Yeah.
Like they want everybody to see it.
yeah, and then like it's like all these leads, but like, you know, most of them
low
aren't
quality.
gonna buy in.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's hard to filter through them all at that point.
Yeah.
But
Good example of
mhm.
a good problem to have, right? Like you feel overwhelmed, you feel anxious, but it's coming from a place of abundance.
I would take
so-
all those leads right now.
Yeah.
yes. So yeah, just a little funny story about what I didn't know I had.
But it is, there always comes points in your business where you don't know enough to kind of realize like where you are in your business, right? Like a lot of people get an abundance of leads, but they either don't have the skills to be able to talk to somebody on Messenger. They don't have the skills that required to get them past certain points and things like that. So it is always like a constant growing pain, right? Like you may get hung up on one spot, and then it's up to you to push past that and gain
You
knowledge.
learn so much from those conversations.
Oh, you really do.
You
You really
learn
do.
so every single conversation. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's the equivalent of like a 400 level psych course.
Yeah.
It's psychology.
Yeah.
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 And just being able to talk. I mean, yeah, it's interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, like looking back at where I started, I was like the most introverted. I would get like social anxiety, like talking to like people who were messaging me or like, and like it's just like completely like transformed, and like I don't even feel like that social anxiety that I used to feel. It's like crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that now.
No.
No.
I still get it like on certain things, but like I've come a long way. My goal life, you used to hear my voice shaking on them, like, and I would still like feel like I had to post them because I did it. So I was like, but you can just hear my voice trembling all the time.
Yeah, it just takes practice to disengage from that whole,
Yeah.
what you think people think of you, right? As soon as you completely disengage yourself from that, like you're invincible, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh, also I wanted to ask, has anyone read this book, Expert Secrets?
No.
You read it.
I haven't.
I just started it, and like I was wanting to read it for a while, and it is like bang on to what we need to know. It's all about expert secrets on creating a mass movement of people who will pay for your advice. So it breaks down like things from like determining like your niche to, and this is just in like the second chapter that I'm in, but like what people make decisions based off of, and it's all about like status and like upping their status level, and it's like, oh my god, my mind is blown. So
yeah, it's written by Russell Brunson too. Are you familiar with Russell Brunson?
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's created he's like the founder of ClickFunnels.
yeah,
So I mean the guy,
so like super right up our alley.
yeah, he revolutionized like the online space.
Wow.
And he also did .com secrets. I haven't read that one yet either, but I'm like going to read all of his books now.
Yeah.
So that would be a good book recommendation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else? Anything going on?
Has anybody had a buyer who is using Amazon or ClickBank?
No, I haven't yet.
Neither. Okay.
Who is signed up like specifically through Amazon or ClickBank?
Yeah.
No, I think most people still go with the Enagic offer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been talking to other team member, like other teams, just to see kind of like what the experience has been with like the new onboarding process with like the 2 phone calls, and yeah, they're saying like they're still veering towards the Enagic products because of the high commissions. So
Good, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was easy to get a hold of advisor there. Just simple email and
Yeah.
24 hours later.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's good.
So, good. Nice.
Yeah. I am going forward. I would just, when they say that they're going to reschedule a call, I would just make sure that it's the time and date are like updated under the advisor calls tab, just to make sure, because that's where they get their reminder from, is that calendar. So if they haven't updated it in the back office that they've maybe rescheduled the call, then they might not get that reminder that it's been rescheduled. They might forget. So from now on, if the advisor says, or the buyer says that their call's been rescheduled, just double check and make sure that that's been updated. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Any other questions?
No. Other than, yeah, this year's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super pumped for this launch, guys. So yeah, start, like if you don't have an ad up and running, like now's the time to be bringing in these leads. Like I I would even up my ad budget just for like to get them in.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Amy and I have been brainstorming even a couple strategies. I mean, now that there is a free offer, I mean, there's so many different avenues on even how you market now, right? Like direct conversion ads to immediate sign up and things like that. So there's some things that we can go over with you guys and some things that we've been kind of
I guess we need to know if we do put our link in the ad, like right now it just goes to the landing page.
Yeah, so I'm assuming the new link with like the new buy link will be like just a new create your account for free.
Right. Okay.
So that's the one I'm going to be putting in my follow-ups. Yeah, I'm going to be giving them the option because, you know, sometimes people, they don't want to reach out always, especially like personally. If you guys choose to post it on your personal page, it's up to you. But a lot of people on your personal page don't really like to reach out sometimes. They're like kind of scared. They're maybe whatever. They just want to check it out themselves and see. So yeah, I'm going to put the link into mine for that option. And then basically the launch training that we're going to be doing is going to be essentially like our info video that we shot, where we go through kind of like what we do, and then at the end, we're just going to change up the slides to be like, now you can create your account for free. And then we will still mention in the launch training that if they choose to move forward afterwards, or they can like level up their account for $99 a month or whatever, just so that that's not a shock to them and it'll reduce the refund rate.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll have the option to sign up or watch the training and then sign up. But yeah, so start getting those leads in, following up, or getting ready for your follow-ups. I'll send out the draft of the pre-launch post, like, yeah, right before Easter weekend here. That's next weekend. So yeah, maybe during Easter weekend, I'll just send it in the chat. And then we can post it on like the Tuesday or something. And
yeah. Even if you guys need help with anything, I mean, if you're looking for like video that you want to go along with that post, if you're looking for a specific piece of content that you might find attractive or something like that, or we may even come up with a
like, you mean like a picture or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say to like post a picture of yourself, like a nice picture of yourself. But if you guys don't feel comfortable with that, I can provide you with a picture.
Yeah.
To use. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, no Team Zoom next Monday because it's Easter Monday.
Easter Monday.
So I hope you guys have
Monday.
a great Easter.
Yeah.
Yes, you too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And yeah, we'll touch base more in the chat on this launch and new updates with that. So
Sounds good.
Sweet. Sounds good.
let me know if you guys have any
Perfect.
questions. Thank you so much, Adriana, for coming on, and welcome to
Yeah.
the team.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks. That was awesome.
Super excited to have you here.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm
So-
excited to be here too.
So yeah, we will talk to you guys in the chat, and then our next team meeting will be the Monday after Easter Monday. So,
Sounds good.
Okay.
all right, have a good
Cool.
night, guys.
Later, guys.
Good
See ya.
night.
Bye.
Yeah.